Good morning, everybody. It is January 20th. That's a Saturday. I am headed to LA for a handstand workshop with Little T. Taylor, I'm so excited. I wish that I wasn't quite as sore as I am right now from my last few days of workouts, but it is what it is. I'm really excited just in general because I'm not good at handstands. Like, handstands have always been something that I have just never been strong at. I mean, I wasn't in gymnastics. I was in gymnastics, but when I was really little, I wasn't like a high-level gymnast. I was never competitive. Like, I don't think I ever competed, or if I did, I don't remember competing. Like, I started being a competitive athlete in power tumbling, which was after gymnastics. So anyway, and in cheerleading and power tumbling, like, you don't work on handstands. Like, yes, you need to be able to do that body shape, and you need to obviously be able to block through handstands, but like, we didn't work on being good at handstanding skills, right? So I just never got good at it. 1 year in college, I decided, like, I'm going to work on a press handstand every single day, and I actually did get a press handstand, but that skill left me very quickly. That was literally over 10 years ago, probably like 15 years ago that I did that. So anyway, all that to say, I'm super excited to like have some dedicated like an hour and a half of like drills and like her getting eyes on me. And I don't know if anybody else is like gonna be there, like as far as any other like coaches or teachers, trainers, whatever they want to call it, or if it's just gonna be her. But either way, it's not that many of us. So I'm just excited to like get her eyes on me so she can like coach me through like what I'm supposed to be feeling. Like, because a lot of times I just am like upside down, and like I've gotten better because I've practiced, but I can't fix it. Like, I don't know, I can't be like, oh, my hips were too far back. Like, sometimes I can, but I don't know, and I like my proprioception of like how my body feels right now doesn't like match. Like, I have nothing to say like this is what it's supposed to feel like, this is what it's not supposed to feel like. So all that to say, again, I keep saying all that to say, I'm just excited to get some coaching through that so I can learn like my own body awareness, so I can learn how to like, so I can continue to get better on my own. So yeah, I'm just grabbing something to eat and then headed up there. We're here, about to change my life.
Second off the ground or second off the wall as we switch. Take a little hand.
What game?
The blue cake.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The good and the bad. So if you want, you can get the bad leg out of the way first and get that one done. Take it to my head here. That way that can keep that alignment a little more stiff. Make yourself like a board. Good?
Sounds good.
On our backs. They did it when you did the overhead hold, so you can do it. It's just when you're upside down, you like.
I don't think that I can.
Yeah, don't think of stroking your neck either. Like, let it keep nice and natural, and then just the eye. Just the eye.
All right, I'm gonna try.
You just missed it.
It's like, I can let my body come up, and then, I don't know, my neck over. I just.
You're looking fabulous. You should be. I'm trying to see how far I can walk. The floor is the bottom.
My hamstring part.
I'm well, at least today.
Okay.
I'd say your legs can either too fast on
Too
that
fast,
one.
okay.
You would shoot.
Okay.
Let yourself take some time. Find your balance. Rock nice and tall. Back. Knees. Oh, my toes. Goodness gracious. Yeah. Hold it.
My toes.
So much better though.
Oh.
That was so much better. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, my alignment actually is so far.
No.
It's okay.
You fell this way, so that's when you want to like squeeze your bum and push your upper back open.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, that was amazing. That was so good. Like, the wild thing is, it wasn't anything special as far as like, I'm positive that I could have like gone on YouTube or on her app, on Taylor's app, and like done these things. And I actually like had her app for a really long time, and I was doing them, and what I explained to her was like, the problem is that I don't have like the handstand proprioception to know like what's right and what's not right, and even in addition to the proprioception, I might be able to feel when I'm doing one thing versus when I'm doing the other thing. I also just don't have the knowledge to know which one of those is correct, because my handstands aren't good enough that even if I'm doing it right, I might not still be able to hold it. Like, so it was just hard. I felt like I didn't have a frame of reference. And just being there and like doing those drills and then having the immediate feedback and like her like maneuvering my body and like, okay, that's what that part should feel like. And just some of the cues like changed the game. Literally the longest handstand I have ever held in my entire life without moving my hands. Like, it was like 20 seconds, which my record's like 5 seconds, literally. I kicked up with my bad leg. And by the end of the workshop, my bad leg was better than my good leg was when I walked in. Like, so anyway, I am so excited. And now I'm like thinking about my routine choreography and things that I'm like, great. Like, here's how I can implement some of these things to have some really cool handstand skills. I mean, maybe not even really cool handstand skills, but just good, confident handstand skills. So anyway, that was amazing. Now I'm going to get food and drive home. Just like that. Okay, so I am almost home from the handstand workshop, and I've just been like listening to podcasts and stuff like that in the car, but now I'm back. There's so much traffic. This is crazy. This is only supposed to be like this 90-minute drive at the max, and it's been like over 2 hours, just because it's bad weather, I guess. So now that I've like had time to think about these skills, I like want to go home and I want to go to the gym. I want to go straight to the gym and work on my routine, because there's a couple things now that I have like this level of confidence in my ability to hold a handstand. Now I'm thinking about my handstanding skills in my routine. Some in my current routine that I'm going to compete in order to hopefully get a qualification, and others like in what that routine will be, right? Like the skills I'm going to bring to Whitney and say, I want to put these in my routine. I'm also thinking about some of those. So anyway, now I'm like, I want to go to the gym right now and work on my routine. Like the one that I have right now that I'm like hoping is going to get me to the Olympia. I think I told you guys, like I plan to compete that routine. So the Ben Weider routine, like the routine that I did in 2023, I basically am going to make some reasonable upgrades to that and compete that hopefully in June, if Ruben gives me the green light to compete in June. But now that I've done that handstand workshop, now these upgrades in my mind, I'm like, okay, these are realistic upgrades that you can make. Like before it was just kind of like, maybe try this, and I was working on skills and they were getting better. Like my skills are definitely getting better, but not at the rate that they just got better today. So now I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this and I want to do this. And now I just like got super excited again. I mean, I've been excited. I haven't lost my mojo on the routine. But now I'm like, I don't know. I guess now I feel a level of confidence, like, oh, you're actually going to have a good routine. Like, I thought my routine was good before, but I also was like, is it good enough to win the routine round? Like, I still had like a level of doubt, I guess, about how good it actually was, because my skills are not that insane. Like obviously I throw a full, like that's a pretty unique tumbling pass that most people are not doing on stage. But in general, like my routine isn't very skill heavy. My routine is entertainment value heavy. But now I'm like, oh, Andrea, if you can combine your high performance value with like some actually like semi-impressive, specifically strength skills, because those are the ones that I struggle with, I feel like really excited about how well I can do. Now, of course, there's still the physique round, and I said it before and I will say it again. I think that the physique round influences how they take your routine, especially at Adela Garcia. So and I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to like ramble super long about it, but Adela Garcia. So I mentioned last year that there were only like a couple of shows where the person who won the physique round also won the routine round. And I think Adela Garcia, and maybe that was the only one, if I can remember correctly. I want to say Adela Garcia was the only one. Maybe Chattanooga. I can't remember if Amy or Tamara, the Tea Party, that's what she calls herself. I don't know if Amy or the Tea Party won the physique round. I don't think I ever looked. I definitely looked at those scorecards, but I don't think I looked at their physique rankings. Like, I looked at my physique ranking and my routine ranking. If Amy won the physique round, that will be another show where the person who won the physique round also won the routine round. But anyway, all that to say is I am very, very excited about my routine. And like I said, I don't think that you can win a show without winning routine, or it's very, very hard to win a show without winning routine. So obviously that's where I'm placing a lot of my focus. However, specifically at Adela Garcia, because I'm hoping that I can get on stage that early. It's the first show out of the gate. Like, I would love to be on the first stage, like just to like get at the earliest feedback that I can get. I don't plan to only do Adela Garcia, but I'm hoping. I mean, that's already in under 20 weeks, and I'm not prepping yet, so like I just don't know if I actually will be able to do that show, but I would love to do that show. But anyway, that show specifically, and it's not that it's going to happen again or that it'll even be the same judges, but that's the only show that the physique rankings were exactly the same as the routine rankings. And I don't know how that happened. But all that to say is, it's just when you see a really good physique, when that person comes out for the routine round, you just like, I don't know. It's like in cheerleading, and I know like a lot of you guys are not in the all-star cheerleading world, but I've thought this a lot. Like, obviously there's a lot of really good teams, but I just also feel like when you know which team it is, in your mind that they're already better. Like, what am I trying to say? Like, I would always say like, oh, I think they should make everybody go out and use the same music and wear the same uniform and see if the rankings are the same, because I don't think that they would always be the same. Like, of course, like the most talented team is going to be the most talented team, but maybe not by a large margin, right? Like, I even think about like just some of the routines I see, and I'm like, I don't actually think that routine is better. I think that routine was ranked better because of who that person is. And I don't have any specific examples, and I'm not, even if I did, I wouldn't say them on here so you guys could think I'm a hater. But I'm just saying, although I'm focusing heavily on my routine, I have to make sure that my physique comes in right, so that I set myself up the best to have them like primed to score me well in the routine round. So, like I said, not quite in prep. I don't actually know how many weeks it is until Adela Garcia, but I do think we're under 20 weeks now. Maybe it's at 19 weeks or something like that. So like, if I'm gonna do Adela Garcia, I need to start prep soon, or like I said before, I need to just have like the best prep of my entire life and hope that I come in super tight. But I guess we'll see. I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks, like, I mean, it's the end of January already. Like, I mean, we have 2 more weekends in January, I think. 1 more weekend in January. Like, I gotta start prep next month, regardless if I'm gonna compete in the summer. So, like I said, I just hope to get on stage for Adela Garcia, and then something a little bit later than that, like depending on what feedback I get, because I want to have time to apply the feedback. But I don't actually know if I'll be ready by then, because I also don't, even though I do want the feedback, I also don't want to step on stage before I feel confident that I could win. Not necessarily that I'm going to, but like, I don't want to step on stage before I feel confident that I could, or that I would have a chance to. So like, we gotta like figure out the balance of what that looks like for me. Like, when will you feel look and feel confident enough to feel like you have a chance at winning, but also early enough that you have time to wait, time to make some improvements for another show, right? Like, I can't be like, okay, I'm just gonna wait all the way until Arizona, then there's no shows left, right? I can't wait all the way until Tampa, then there's only 1 show left after that. So that's the struggle also with this schedule, is that you just don't have a lot of flexibility. So anyway, that's where we're at, guys. Thanks for watching today. It's pretty short, right? I think I'm going to do a lot more of these like shorter, like just like vlog style, day in the life, whatever. Until I start prep, then it's gonna, you know, my prep vlogs are my prep vlogs. But until I start prep, I think I'm just gonna do like these random pieces. Today was handstand workshop and how I'm feeling. Someone had asked for like, oh, what's your split? Like, someone who's an open bodybuilder was like, yeah, I think it would be interesting for you to share, like as a fitness competitor, what your weekly split looks like your lifts, plus your posing, plus your routine practice, plus your cardio. You know, how does that all work together for a fitness competitor? Because as many of you know, fitness is the most complex division. So I think, you know, like I said, just stay tuned, subscribe if you're not subscribed. The prep vlogs will start soon. But until then and in between then, because I only do my prep vlogs once a month, until then and in between those will just be kind of these other random tidbits of your girl. So anyway, I'm gonna get off my phone. Thanks for watching. You know the drill. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all of the above to help kick off this YouTube.